political nutcase to try to invade this country while everybody still has their guns. You disarm the American people, and you have the largest cakewalk in human history for a military takeover. Period. Using a bomb is not going to force the Democrats to try to come to you and say, we need gun control, we need gun control. Oh, I can see it now. Even most leftists would look at them and scratch their heads and say, wait a minute, he used a bomb and you're talking about gun control? That doesn't make any sense. So no, it's got to be a gun. It's got to be a gun. Forget the fact that the biggest loss of life in terrorist attacks in this country have used bombs, not guns. In fact, bombs still hold the title of deadliest weapon. You take all the deadly attacks with mass shootings and guns, they still do not equal or are not greater than killings with bombs. But all we're talking about is guns. Every time somebody uses a gun, they talk about gun control. They talk about taking guns away from legal, law-abiding citizens. None of those wonderful bills would have kept guns out of the hands of terrorists and or criminals. Not a single one of them. They would have kept guns out of the hands of law-abiding citizens. Well, I don't see why you just can't have. If you're on the no-fly or a watch list, you shouldn't be able to buy a gun. Why? You know how easy it is to get on a watch? I'm probably on somebody's watch list right now. It's not hard. You never know until you try to do something. I mean, most of the people on the no-fly list don't even know that they're on the no-fly list until they try to board an aircraft. Oh, no, so you can't get on board. You can't buy a ticket. You're on the no-fly list. And then try to get off of it. Try to find out why you're on it so you can get your butt off of it. I mean, there are horror stories, and the mainstream media doesn't report on this. Yeah, really. The real thing is why do we have such an extensive no-fly list? I thought the TSA was supposed to be our first line of defense and our best line of defense on making sure terrorism doesn't happen in the skies over the USA. What are you saying, that is the government acknowledging that the TSA is so inadequate, so feeble-minded that they have to have a large, extensive no-fly list that puts American citizens on this list for no good reason? I mean, we've got this no-fly list garbage, and if you want to start saying now, okay, if you're on a watch list or you're being investigated or you're on one of the multiple no-fly lists, and you can't purchase a gun. Well, how long do you get to stay on these lists? How do you get yourself off? How do you know that you're on one? You can't very well, if the FBI doesn't want you to know that you're being, how dumb is that, really? Think about it. How absolutely, and of course, it's dumb because, wonderful liberals just do not pay attention to actual logic and fact. One of the things that is one of the best ways to investigate somebody is that they don't know that they're being investigated. That's why we have things called undercover cops. They infiltrate gangs and other criminal enterprises so the criminal enterprise doesn't know they're being investigated. Because otherwise the criminal enterprise would cover their tracks or stop doing what they're doing until the investigation was over. They want to get the information. They want to catch them red-handed, right? Well, you can't do that if you let them know. So you put in place, well, you can't buy a gun if you're being investigated. All the criminal has to do now is just go try to buy a gun legally. And what's going to happen? The store owner, the shop owner is going to say, nope, you're on some sort of, investigatory list or no-fly list. You can't buy a gun. And that criminal's going to know. He's going to go back and say, Boss, we're being investigated, man. I can't get a gun legally. I'm on a no-buy list. And do you think the terrorists won't figure that one out, too? How asinine is that? So Muhammad Allah Akazun Akazin Makbar Allah, tries to go in and buy a gun. Nope, you're on the no-buy list, dude. And he walks out of there and says, hey, yeah, I'm being investigated, so, we got to chill for a little bit. Nothing like showing your hand. He's got to be the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. Where do we get these people? I mean, why do we keep re-electing these total numbskull, nutjobbery idiots? And then we get behind more of them. It's got to be. I'm sorry. I just cannot fathom that the only reason these people are supporting Hillary Clinton, as idiotic as this woman is simply because she's a woman and a Democrat. There's got to be more to it. I don't know what it is, but you cannot tell me that they are going to be so blinded, so idiotic to put their own lives in jeopardy as to support this woman simply because she's a woman and a Democrat. There's got to be more than that. I'm sorry. There's got to be more. I don't know what it is. There's probably some sort of psychological thing that is wrong. There's got to be some sort of I guess people are right when they say that liberalism is a mental disorder. It has got to be. It's the only thing that can possibly begin to explain what these people believe and why these people believe this stuff. And why they support the people that they support, and how these same people who over and over and over again are proven to be idiots, nut jobs, criminals, get reelected over and you can only take an excuse so far. You can only excuse bad behavior for so long, so much. Otherwise, I don't know. It is a mental disorder. You can't deal with mental issues unless you're a psychiatrist, I guess. I don't know. You're listening to me, your lovable host, L. Rod, here on the Rod Eccles Show.
Hi, this is Matt Legore. Listen to me Fridays 4 to 5 p.m. on WLMW 90.7. We'll be talking about entrepreneurship, personal growth, business, or anything else inspiring. See you then.
Hello, this is Dr. Roger Gosselin of the Dr. Roger Gosselin Health and Wealth Show. Make sure to tune in Thursdays at 5 o'clock right here at 90.7 FM WLMW to find out more about what the drug companies don't want you to know.
How would you love to have your very own money-making website? Well, now you can. Just visit onlinehealthsource.net and become an affiliate, promoting and selling some of today's hottest new products like anti-aging creams, supplements for him or her, HGH products, weight loss supplements, and much, much more. That's onlinehealthsource.net, offering you the chance to earn great money online, promoting products that everyone wants. Onlinehealthsource.net. Sign up today and start your own online business right now.
What if I told you that you could lose weight simply by drinking coffee? Change your coffee, change your life. Our gourmet estate-grown coffee is infused with powerful herbs that help you melt fat and keep you from feeling hungry for 6+ hours. Get results or your money back. Order yours today at skinnycoffeeshop.com. That's skinnycoffeeshop.com. Tea and water also available. skinnycoffeeshop.com.
(603) 672-0573. Ah, yes, some smooth sounds, sexy sounds. 672-0573 is the number to call should you wish to join me here live here on the Rod Eccles Show. Sometimes, the bumper music that is a mix. It's stuff that I can get and stuff that that is created for me. It's some good stuff. Really is. There's some talented people out there that we just never really hear about because they don't have the quote-unquote it factor, I guess. It factor. I don't know what the it factor is. He's got it or she's got it. It. Well, why can't you put your finger on it and tell us what it is? I never understood that when it came to Hollywood. How somebody... beauty is in the eye of the beholder, I guess, because sometimes we hear and see, and again, folks, Rush Limbaugh's Real Linda, when I'm talking Hollywood, I mean the entire entertainment industry, not just Hollywood. I'm talking about, actors. I'm talking about musicians, talking about, New York, L.A., San Francisco, Memphis, and Louisiana, New Orleans. The jazz and country and rock and roll and rap and hip hop and acting and movies, television, all that kind of stuff rolled in. I just refer to that as Hollywood. Just the entire entertainment industry, everywhere. So when you're dealing with Hollywood, and people often say, "Oh, that person, male or female, gorgeous," and I look at them and think, "What am I missing?" And even though let's go right ahead and say, yeah, you're right. Beautiful person, beautiful human being, beautiful features, great to look, eye candy up the wazoo. But they have no talent. They suck at singing or acting or both. And are you telling me the only reason that they're going to get ahead is because of their look? I know that there's a lot of people out there that lament the sustaining power of one that goes by the name of Justin Bieber, for example. Now, I'm not an anti-Bieber person. Yeah, what is he? He's under 25. He's very youthful. Yeah, he's a handsome looking man. I understand why girls go gaga over Justin Bieber. He's cute. Got it. He was a cute kid, and now he's a cute young man. Good. Got it. His personality sucks, though. Yeah, from what I've seen and read and heard about this kid, his personality sucks. And he's not the most talented young artist out there. He's got some skills, great. But what is making him as big a success as he is? Well, evidently because everybody thinks that he's gorgeous, Rod. He's just gorgeous. He's a gorgeous young man. That's all I hear about. Oh, he's just gorgeous. Is that the only reason that people are willing to spend their money on him? Not because of his talent, but because he's just, in somebody's book, he's gorgeous, I guess. And it's not just Justin Bieber. I don't know why we all just pick on one person all the time, but it's just look at the plethora of Hollywood elite out there, entertainment elite. Now, how many of them are actually making it simply because a few in the general masses think that they're beautiful? We don't usually get that in politics. Let's face, many politicians actually are not. Rush Limbaugh used to say, I think he still does say that the Democratic Party makes it possible for ugly women to gain power and to be heard. There's some truth and validity to that, because if you look at politics in general. On both sides. Now, granted, I think when it comes to maybe it is because of the party, but it tends to me, it seems to be that beautiful women of power in politics, elected officials. There are more of them on the right side of the political aisle than the left side. And that also comes true, I understand, with men. That there are a lot of women went gaga over Paul Ryan. They think Paul Ryan was a hunk. He was a hunky, politician. Didn't he used to do like P90X or something? I think that's what got him put on the map. Oh yeah, Paul Ryan. Oh, with his shirt off, man, he's a hunk. That was a few years ago, right? So, but that doesn't happen a lot in politics. You don't get good-looking people in politics. So what Rush Limbaugh says, it's the ugly people get their revenge by going into politics. I guess it's really kind of, well, it is kind of true. Is that wrong? Should I not say that? Is that politically incorrect? Well, does anybody think that Bill Maher is a gorgeous human being, that he's eye candy? Anybody? Bill O'Reilly. Anybody think that Bill O'Reilly's eye candy? I don't. Come on, really. Pick somebody on the. Most people on the. Bill O'Reilly and Bill Maher. They're not elected officials, but go down the line and pick some of the elected. Sorry, our own governor Maggie Hassan. Not a pretty thing to look at. She's not. I know somebody's going to, well, you can't say that about a woman, Rod. Well, I just said that there are men out there, too, that are just ugly. We all can't be physically beautiful. And that's just a fact. But my question is, why is it that you can be physically beautiful in Hollywood, even if you have no talent, you can get ahead. But if you're in politics, you can be physically ugly, and for some reason, you still get ahead. I don't get it. I guess I'm not putting two and two. I'm not saying only beautiful people across the planet should be successful. Well, obviously, beautiful people. It just how we separate things. Maybe that now that Obama has been president for 7 years, everybody's going to look at politicians as being celebrity. And if they're going to be celebrity, they've got to be at least halfway decent looking too, right? I guess that's going to be the case. I don't know. Well, yeah, whatever. We'll be right back, folks.
American Family News, almost to you. The man who tried to kill the GOP presidential candidate was in the country illegally after overstaying his visa. Correspondent Michelle Rendell reports the Secret Service says Michael Stephen Sanford admitted to agents that he planned to kill Donald Trump.
They said he told them he'd been plotting to kill Donald Trump and thinking about this for the past year, and made the trip out to Vegas from California just to attend this rally. He was also got tickets to a rally later that day in Phoenix, and he said that was in case he didn't end up carrying through his plan.
Many conservative Christians are meeting with presumptive GOP presidential nominee Donald Trump today. One of them is Tony Perkins of the Family Research Council and host of the Washington Watch program.
This is not the outcome I was looking for. I thought we had a wonderful field of candidates, many who come from our community that are professing evangelical Christians who have track records on the issues, and not just one or two. There were several in this campaign. We are where we are, and I think we've got to work through it, and to the best of the ability for this country, for our families, and to be faithful witnesses to the truth.
Pastor and former president of the Southern Baptist Convention, Dr. Ronnie Floyd, will also be there.
I mean, you look at Daniel's life. I mean, Daniel, he went to Nebuchadnezzar when Nebuchadnezzar called for him. Nebuchadnezzar was not a God follower, whether it's Secretary Clinton, whether it's Mr. Trump, or someone else. And if they desire to meet with us, I think we as Christians need to sit down with them and converse with them and represent our Lord, represent the Savior, represent the Word of God.
AFA President Tim Weiland is also meeting with Trump today. According to AFR's Today's Issues program, Weiland says he is open to meeting with Hillary Clinton. A lot of people experiencing the heat wave in the Southwest may not feel like today's temperatures will be much of a relief. They're still expected to be in the triple digits in many areas. National Weather Service forecaster Hector Vasquez says there's no real relief in sight.
We're looking at 112 today on Tuesday, and 114 Wednesday, 113 Thursday, 112 Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and 113 on Monday. So it looks like an extended heat wave. Us people who have lived here a long time, we're just kind of numb to it, you know. Newcomers, it might affect them, but we just stay in air conditioning. Similar to Houston, I mean, it's just hot and humid there, and, you know, if there wasn't any air conditioning, I don't know if people could live down along the Gulf States.
A recent survey of upstate New Yorkers reveals their concerns about a minimum wage increase. Chris Woodward has more.
Recently in New York State, legislation was approved to increase the minimum wage from $9 an hour to $12.50 per hour over the next 3 years. The Center for Community Studies at Jefferson Community College asked people what impact they believe this increase will have on them personally, meaning will it improve or worsen their standard of living, neither or both. 23% said it would make things worse. Just 17% believe it will make things better for them. Jared Meyer, fellow for the Manhattan Institute, has long warned that government-mandated minimum wage increases in New York would do more harm than good, especially in places outside of New York City.
Even though there are a lot of negative effects of a higher minimum wage, a lot of people just tend to think, hey, you know, my neighbors or me will get a raise. This is a great thing. They're not thinking through on all the unintended effects of a higher minimum wage. So this poll surprised me when it showed that people were worried, and a lot of them thought it would lead to a lower standard of living.
Still, supporters of a higher minimum wage, and not just in New York, argued that it would help lift people out of poverty and reduce dependency on things such as food stamps and welfare.
Yeah, if you want to address poverty, there are many more effective ways to do it than raising the minimum wage.
I'm Chris Woodward.
Benchmark U.S. crude oil slipped to remain just below $50 per barrel. American Family News is online at onenewsnow.com and on the One News Now mobile app. I'm Rusty Pugh.
The Decision America Tour with Franklin Graham.
I'm traveling to all 50 states to hold prayer rallies. We're asking Christians to take a stand and pray and engage in your community by living and sharing your faith at home, in public, and at the ballot box. And I'm going to be sharing the gospel.
You'll find rally dates and locations, plus information on how you can be involved at DecisionAmericaTour.com.
Now is the time to take a stand.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control over your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank account, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problems now by calling the experts at Tax Mediation Services and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. Tax Mediation Services is accredited by the Better Business Bureau. Call now for a free case review and a price protection guaranteed quote.
Call Tax Mediation Services now at 800-600-9471. That's 800-600-9471. 800-600-9471.
You want to know what time it is? It's time to bring the rain.
Zinc Media. Feel the power of knowledge.
personally, myself, I've got my own hang-ups about my own looks. I mean, I'm not going to go under the knife or anything. I think my head's kind of large. My chin is too square. I have people in my family that say, "Remember Launchpad McQuack from was it DuckTales?" Yeah, I got Launchpad's chin. So look,